Right, so we're already streaming live, so I'm gonna share my screen. So if we just a little bit check out for you on the market, to just give you a preamble. After this call, I will. Wow, everything is doing well. I think Ethereum might have close to $21,000. All right. Ethereum might have close to $21,000. Just check this. Yeah, I'm in hobby. All right. Let me just get to Binance. Yeah, Ethereum is already 10%. Wow. It seems okay, SXP. That means ETH is also high. All right, let me just do this. All right, good. So like I said that the market will start to surge a little bit. Already Ethereum is doing pretty fine. $21,000, which is good news, basically. For those who had Ethereum when it was as low as 13,000 a few days ago. Okay, those who had Ethereum at $1,150, they are now enjoying. Those who had Ethereum at $800. Can you imagine that Ethereum was around $800, not very far? Because this is 805. This was around June 2022. Someone had kept it up to today, which is not less than a year. They would be in good profit. The returns are incredible. Now let's focus on why we are here. Okay. In one of our previous sharings we have done by one of our great leaders, Sujata, from India, she was able to share with us an extra mile benefit. Before I forget, if you are a V2 and above, if you are V2 and above, immediately after this call, we're gonna have a quick leadership call for only 10 minutes. If you're a V2 and above, before I forget, make sure you get through your uplines. After this call, we're gonna do a quick call, V2s and above, right? Quick call, V2s and above, immediately after this call. So immediately I cross over. If you're V2 and above, make sure you join a quick call. It will be very quick. All right. Having said that, I wanna go to here. So we have two ways of trading using our robot. We have the cycle strategy, which is basically understanding that the robot will keep buying and selling, buying and selling, buying and selling, buying and selling, buying and selling. We have the one shot, where the robot buys, when the market rises, the robot sells, and it gives us profit. Now, we can be able to use our robot in those two approaches in two different ways. We can use our robot using the martingale bot, like I'm going to describe. We can use our robot by using the grid bot. Both of them, we can use them to set our robot. Using the two strategies, we can use our robot to hodl. We can use our robot to hodl. What do I mean by hodling? I'm going to show you how you can start small, give your robot a small take profit, but a big drop size, right? So that when the market doesn't drop by that size, your coin will stay in trade. So let's start with the one shot. In all our different groups and our Telegram channel, we basically send signals. Okay. For example, these messages are many. I can't answer them. But let me drop the signal, which I've already dropped. Okay, let me drop it here. I've already dropped it, but I can still come and drop it here so that. So once someone receives the signal, like I'm doing right now, once you receive the signal, what are you supposed to do? Is what I want to talk about. It's what I want to talk about now. What are you supposed to do? One, when you receive a signal, right? So we have gone an extra mile to provide a table. We don't want to make things hard for anyone. Okay, the table is not here. Let me pick it up on one group and bring it this side. Good. Just table. Good. All right. So let me come back here, because all information is provided, just that people are not doing what they're supposed to do. Okay, so let me bring it on Telegram, where everybody can access. All right, good. So let me use this. All right, if you look at this, we are telling you that if you have such and such a capital, this is how you should use your settings. As simple as that. I don't know what makes people sweat plasma. I don't know why people overfloat. Because along the line of people not listening, they follow into issues by themselves. I don't know why people have challenges with their trading. Simply because, one, maybe they don't attend training. Two, maybe they don't listen. Now, if you have a problem, let me make this clear. If you have a problem with the word called floating loss, okay, which we have basically described in one of the tutorials on YouTube, we have described this challenge on YouTube here. We have taken time, because if you don't do this, then the business will not be easy for you. There is nobody who watches video 1, video 2, video 3, video 4, video 5, and video 6, and still has issues with setting up their robot with Royalq. I repeat my statement. Understand that you are responsible for your personal result. Right? Understand that you are responsible for your personal results. So, although I'm going to explain today, please take off personal time and watch video 1, video 2, video 3, video 4, video 5, and video 6. Although we have posted these videos so many times, each of these videos takes 30 minutes. You don't need to watch all of them in one day, but you can watch one at a time. Now, having said that, let me return to my strategy. We are saying this table that we have given you, it helps you understand how you need to set your robot depending on how much capital you have. And this is a saying that if you come to Royalq, and for example, the signal sent is JST, come here on mine. We are now dealing with one shot. Come here on mine. You don't need to be an expert in trading to do this. Come on my strategy setting. Come on my strategy setting. When you come on my strategy setting, if you are old in Royalq, let me delete some. If you are old in Royalq, you have been here for some time. If you have been here for some time and you had set a strategy before, what you will have here will be plus. If you are new, there is a thing called add now, a button, tap on it. When you touch the button, what do you want to do? You want to keep your trade on a one shot. How many margin calls? 4 margin calls are enough. How many take profit? You want to set a strategy for 3% and 2.5, 3.01. Now I want to explain this 0.01. If you fear floating loss and you want to keep trading and winning, ask yourself, how much capital do I have? If you have $465, which we call the double up, this one, it's called the double up. Why? Because when your first buying amount is $15, it means that you have $465 and you want to only start with $15. You don't want to invest all your money once in the market. What you are going to do is to come to this area called margin call limit and make sure your margins, the number of times the robot is going to go into the market, there are 4. But how is the robot going to go into the market 4 times is what we call the margin configuration here. So what you do, come on the margin configuration here. When you come on the margin configuration here, it is important, if you fear floating loss, don't touch this, no matter whether the signal is saying 7%, 3%, 2%, don't change this. Leave it as it is. Confirm and save. You can change maybe this because it may take long to buy, and just keep it around 0.3 and save. If your capital, I don't know what's wrong with everybody. If your capital is this, if your capital is this, is 285, and you fear floating loss, what do? You go and enter these ones, 2, 3, 5, 8 here on the margin configuration. Here, 2, 3, 5, 8. If your capital is 225 and you want to start with $15 as your first buying amount, you just go and you put 2, 3, 4, 5 here, 2, 3, 4, 5. Don't tamper with this side if you fear floating loss. Even if the signal says 5%, yes, it is possible to divide 5% into here, but you don't tamper with this. Just leave it. You will never have big floating loss. You will be making little profit, but you will be getting out of every trade you set. Depending if this coin goes deeper, the robot will buy more. If it doesn't, it will sell always. Now, if you want to change your first buying amount to 20, then go for this. This is +1. If you want to go to 380, go for this. If you have over 620, go for this. The rest doesn't matter. Whether you don't know how to manage your money, you will always be at a safer side, especially if you use our signals. Any question about that? Any question about that? Any question about that? Any question about that? Question about that? Yes, raise up your hand and ask. Someone saying yes. Okay. Question. Yes, Angela.
Good morning, everyone. I am just new, and I have a capital of $250 US. So, and I've been finding problems in setting my robot. So I thought, like, when you set the robot and maybe you divide that amount of money into maybe 2 coins, maybe it would work out quickly. I didn't know it doesn't work like that. But again, about what you're saying about the +1 and all that, what you have just said. Because I've just entered, I'm a bit late. I would like you to help me and repeat a little bit kindly, please.
What of this is confusing you? Now, this is by capital. Now, just understand that. Let me just take you back here. There are 2 areas, all right? Are you following, Angela?
I'm Angela, following.
Okay, now yes, there are 2 areas. There are 2 areas in trading, all right? One area is how the market behaves. It is called the margin call drop, all right?
Yes, please.
Remember, when we are trading, we are dealing with 2 main stuffs. We are dealing with whether the market will go up or whether the market will go down. But remember, whatever goes up comes
down.
And whatever goes down comes up. But, for example, you are trading Ethereum, all right? As we speak right now, Ethereum is at $21,000, all right? You excited? No, it is at 2,000. You excited because it is at this price. But although Ethereum is at this price, Ethereum will have to come down. No matter what, it will have to come down. But we don't know at what price will Ethereum start coming down, all right? Now, this is what happens when you trade. You bring all your money and enter Ethereum at this price, all right? Which we call the average price. But unsurprisingly, instead of Ethereum continuing going up, Ethereum comes
down.
Now, this robot was set in a way that it caters for the 2 market directions, right? And let me now come back here. That's why they say, although you have your $250, you don't want to put all your money once in the market, because instead of Ethereum going up, Ethereum can come
Down.
Down. That's why they say what you need to do, although you have $250, start with only $15. Leave the rest of the 250 in your USDT, so that if things go well and Ethereum goes high from your entry price of, let me say, 21,000, right? 21 or 2100, okay, 200 and this price of BTC, sorry, and the price rises by 3%, your take profit, the robot will sell and give you depending on this capital. Now, what causes the challenge is someone to want more with little capital. You get what I'm saying?
Yes, please.
That is the biggest challenge. That as people join, they want to start with, I have 250. But what if I put 100 here and I leave 150? Now, unfortunately, the market is going to change and come down instead of going up. Now, what is going to happen? Your $100 you entered when Ethereum was at this price. Unfortunately, Ethereum goes down, let me say, by 15%. All right? You only remained with 150. It means that this money you have doesn't have the power to keep buying as Ethereum is going down.
Okay.
Now, let me make this clear. What makes us use the robot, not trade in our exchanges? Because I can trade in my Binance account, right? Me, I know how to trade. I can go in my Binance account and trade in my Binance account. But why I don't trade in my Binance? The answer is here. In my Binance, if I enter $100 and I buy Ethereum when Ethereum is at 21,000, I will wait until Ethereum will go above this price for my robot to for me to sell in my what? In my Binance account. But when you use a robot, whenever you buy, the robot creates what we call an average what? An average price. So here is the current price, here is the average price. The robot only sells when the current price is above the average what? The average price. So what do you want to do? You want to start with as low as $15. Everybody who has less than $500, you need to start with as low as $15. If the market comes down, the robot can double its purchases, which we call the double up.
Oh.
So if it had started with $15, all right, this is why we have what we call the margin configuration here. How will the robot invest my $500 in the market? It's what we set up here.
Okay.
But we understand that whatever the robot buys from call number 1, call number 2, call number 3, call number 4, the robot sells at once. That's why we have what we call the margin call limit. And in one shot, we are interested in only 4 margin calls. Why? Because the robot buys all these at different prices, all right? Different prices. Creates a total average price. When the current price gets above the average of the 4 different times, it sells at what?
Once.
Now, unless someone understands that, they can now trade better and get out of trades faster. Now, let's go to the margin configuration now that you understand that.
Yes, please.
Now, we have 2 parts. We have the margin call drop, which means that from my entry price, I entered when Ethereum was at 21, right? If Ethereum drops by 3.5%, the robot should get my $15 and double them now. Which means that the robot had started with $15. But now the market has fallen down by 3.5. Now the robot will invest in $30, which means that now the total invested money is $45 because it was the first 15 plus the 30, which is now 45. So it means by this practice, the robot will have moved my average price closer to the what? To the current price by doubling the first buying amount. If the market rises by this take profit we have put here 3.01, you see this one?
Yes, please.
The whole position take profit ratio. This means that I entered when BTC was at, Ethereum was at this price, it rose by 3.01, right? If this tries to go down by this one, you see this one?
Yes, please.
It tries to go down by 0.01, the robot should sell and it will give me 3% of what? Of this that it bought the first $15 and the next $30. But that is a total of $45. But did you know that the robot doesn't give you profit according to the money invested? The robot gives you profit according to the number of coins bought. Now, this is where people miss out the wholest game. You don't earn profit depending on the money invested. You earn profit depending on the number of coins bought.
Okay.
Now, I want to tell you this thing. We can have the same capital, but I make more profit than you.
Now I understand.
Because, let me give you an example. You entered when Ethereum was at this price, all right? We all have $500, okay? For you, you got all your $500 and bought Ethereum at this price. Let me say you got, I'll just use normal numbers, okay? Let me use, maybe you got 1 Ethereum, just normal numbers. Me, I said, what if Ethereum goes down? And happily, it went down. That's why most of us are happy when coins are going down while others are getting annoyed. Okay? When I enter coin, me, I will be happy if the coin comes down and buys at least 3 of my margin calls, all right? Because one, I'll be getting more coins. So as someone is getting annoyed that the coin is going down, some of us are happy. Why? Because when Ethereum drops by 3.5, the robot will double my money. So for you as 1 Ethereum, me now, if each Ethereum, let me say, is $15, I will have more Ethereum. It means that now, me, I will get more too. So now I have 3 Ethereums. But for you, still have 1 what? 1 Ethereum. I'm buying more coins. So when the market rises, because I bought more as the coin was getting down, I will be getting 3% of the total number of coins I have. But for you, you'll be getting 3% of the total number of coins you have. Are you getting me? I don't know. Now, we can have the same capital and I make more money than you, even though we are in the same business. So Royalq trading, yes, some people say it is capital. Yes, well and good, it is capital. But when the market gets down, people who set with margin calls, they profit better than people who put all their money once in the market in the mindset of I will use my $500 and make money. The only thing is that if you enter with big capital and the market goes high, you profit better. But when the market goes against you, you lose big time. I hope now, let me continue to make the atmosphere very clear for you. Now, the margin call drop is responsible for the drop in the market. So when we send signals, for example, just look at this one here. The signal is saying JST. The drop is 5%. If I fear floating loss, if I don't fear floating loss, me, I'll just come here and say, I want my robot to drop 5%. So let the market drop by 0.5, by 0.5, by 1.5, and by 2.5. This is a total. This one is a total of 5%. Now, someone may be saying, Julius, why did you put 0.5 here? In my understanding, I'm saying that I want that my robot buys faster. Okay, because two things can happen. You can enter the market and the market never drops. Hey, yes, the market can fail to drop and it only continues going high from your entry. Are we together? That's why here you see Coach Musa sending these signals. Let me show you, because you need to understand that. I don't send them here. They're usually coming here. Now, these people you see here, they don't attend training. They keep facing challenges time over time, time over time. You see, they come here, they keep on, where die, you see, they keep on facing challenges. And no one can save you apart from you saving yourself. Now, let me show you. There are signals like these ones. There are signals like these ones, Where is it? It is here. Angela, are we together? Now, you see these signals. You see these signals that are being sent with current price, take profit 2%. Usually, these are pumping coins. Okay? They are coins that are pumping. Now, here you will profit in most cases, depending on the amount of money you have invested. But if you are not good, I would request you to use always the default settings, because two things can happen on a pumping coin. It can deliver this faster or drop more than you expect. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Or drop more than you expect. It can drop faster and also go high faster. But what we are trying to emphasize is you can decide to put the 5% drop here if you don't fear floating loss. But if you fear floating loss, you can use the default settings of the robot. This one. Because these ones will never bring you into trouble. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Yes, they will never. They will preserve your money. If at all the market drops, well and what? Well and good. If it doesn't drop, it will give you, depending on the first buying amount you have put in. Now, this one is by the drop of the market from your entry. But this side here is according to the capital you what? You have. Now, this is divided into 3. We have the +1. Why do I talk about the +1? If I buy and I just put 1, 1, 1, 1, it is true that I will be buying at different prices. You get what I mean?
Yes.
I'll be buying at different prices, but I will not be moving the average price closer to the current what? The current price. So it means I can stay longer in the market. I don't know if you understand me now.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
So that's why we introduce and say, either use the +1, which is 2, 3, 4, and 5, so that at least you can buy more than you bought recently, especially on a one shot, so that you can help move the average price closer to the current what? Average price closer to the current what? The current price. All use the Fibonacci, which is 2, 3, 5, 8. It means you are doing better than someone who's putting a +1. A Fibonacci is just a mathematical setting. I started with the 2. 2 plus 3 is equal to 5. 5 plus 3 is equal to 8. That is the Fibonacci. All use the best one, which is the double up, which is 2, 4, 8, 16. Here you are doubling whatever you bought previously. By 2, you get this. That's what we mean. Is it okay now for you? All right. Anybody else with a question about that before we continue? Because people will still drop in good coins for you to trade. All right. Like you see here, this one is applying a +1. You see this one? This guy is applying a +1. But this guy has very little capital. If I could just calculate what he has according to those settings, I see they are dropping in more signals. So let me pick them up and send you guys, because the market is doing well. The market is doing very well. Okay, this is SLP, 12%. Now this one is using 4 margin calls. You see? Can you see this? My reader Angela, you see these 4 margin calls here?
Yes, please, I can see.
So this guy is doubling his purchases whenever the market is going down, which makes his average price get closer to the current what?
Current price.
Current price. And he gets out of the same trade you are trading faster than anybody else. So he gets in profit as you are still in floating what?
Okay.
It's because he's using a double up method. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, please.
I hope that is very clear.
Yeah, it is. Sure, thank you.
So the picture is here. You can set depending on your capital. So if you have 250, you can either use the +1, right? Or you can increase your capital to around 285, which is could be close around only $35. You use the Fibonacci. If you want to win faster, then you go in for the double up. If you fear floating loss, you use the default settings of the margin call drop. Or if you're okay with floating loss, then you go in with the drop given on a coin.
Okay.
All right. Anybody else with a question? Anybody else with a question? I'm answering. Thank you so much, Angela. Anybody else with a question? You can raise up your hand.
Thank you so much. I have now understood.
Good. Anybody else with a question? I want to start with those who want to raise up their hands. You can raise up your hand, ask your question. I answer you. I answer you. After the robot has bought 4 margin calls and you are in a floating loss, is it possible to edit the first buying amount and open more margin calls? Yes. And this is profitable. Okay, let us do this, guys. Let me come back to my Royalq. Okay. My robot has bought the 4 margin calls, and I'm still in floating loss. And I want to open more margin calls. Is it possible? Yes, very possible. This is what you do. I was using the double wrap. I was using the double wrap for the 4 margin calls, and the market still goes down, and I want to open more. I can just come here where there are 4 margin calls. Let me say I say 20. Now, it means that these are 16 margin calls. Here it is okay. Here it is okay. Because from margin call number 5, listen to me, guys, very well. From margin calls number 5 to margin calls 999, each margin call is independent. Could someone type the word independent in the chat? Each margin call is independent. Could someone type the word independent in the chat? Let me see those that are following. Could someone type the word independent in the chat? Independent. Independent. Very important. Independent. Independent. The messages are coming to me direct. Okay. Let me change the settings. You can send the messages. Open chat now. Independent. Independent. Type for me the word independent in the chat. Independent. I've now opened. You may not send them direct. You can send to everyone in the chat. Independent. Independent. Beautiful. Just come again, guys. Not to me direct, now to the open chat. Independent. Not to me direct, now to the open chat. Independent. 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 It's still coming direct. Why? Okay. Now everybody can chat. All right. Not to the coast. Independent. 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 Very important. Very important for you to know that each call can now be independent. This is what I mean by independent. You can buy call number 5 and sell call number 5 when the robot has not yet sold call number 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let me come again. Let me come again. I want to just make sure you understand this. And this is where the money is. Look at this, guys. Let me first return this to one shot. One shot. Let me return this to 4 margin calls. I want you to see this. When I put this in 4 margin calls, when I put this in 4 margin calls, guys, when I put this in 4 margin calls, this is what you see. We only have settings for the take profit of the 4 margin calls. If the market rises when the robot has only bought 1 call, the robot will sell. And this is the take profit. Then from there, we have the margin call drop, this one, the margin configuration. And then we have the buy-in callback, this one. Now, I want to explain this before I continue. This means that if the market drops by 3.5, the robot will not buy, ladies and gentlemen. When the market drops by 3.5, the robot will not buy. The robot will wait for the market to raise by the callback. And the callback, let me say, is 0.5. Which means that when the market drops by 3.5, the robot will not buy. No, it will wait for the market to rise by 0.3. The market drops by 3.5. And the robot will wait for the market to rise by 0.3 for the robot to buy. So if you want your robot to buy faster, sorry guys, if you want your robot to buy faster, you can lower the buying callback. And you say, I want my buying callback to be, let me say 0.2. But the buying callback cannot be greater than the drop. This is what I mean. You can't put here 0.5 and also make your buying callback 0.5. The robot will not buy, because that means that when the market drops by 0.5, the robot should buy when the market rises by 0.5, which is not possible. So the buying callback cannot be equal or greater than the margin call drop. Have you understood? Give me a one if you have understood that. So you cannot put here 0.2 and make your buying callback 0.5. You are saying that when the market drops by 0.2, the robot should buy when the market rises by 0.5. Have I made the buying callback clear before I go to independent? Have I made the buying callback clear?
Kindly repeat. Kindly repeat as taking notes.
Okay, so let me repeat this for you. All right, just see this. You have understood the take profit scenario. Okay. Now, before I come back here, let me just repeat these two stuffs here. Let me start with the profit. From your entry, if the market rises by 3.0, all right? Let me start from the profit. The market rises by 3.0. The robot will not sell unless the market drops by 0.01. This one. Madam Angela, have you understood that?
Yes, please.
So if I want my robot to stay longer in the market and not sell, maybe I'm trading Ethereum and I say, I want my robot to stay longer in the trade without selling. Do you know what I will do? I can say, let my robot sell when the market drops by 10%. Or when the market drops by 5%. Or maybe when the market drops by 3%. But also, you cannot have a take profit of 3% and a drop of 50%. I don't know if I want to make that clear. That's why here it remains red. You cannot say that when the market rises by 3% and falls by 50%, the robot will let the robot sell. It means that you are in loss. So I can say if the market rises, let me say by 200% and tries to go down by 50%. You see, that means I will be in profit of 150%. But I cannot say the market rises by 200% and it falls down by 500%. I don't know if now you understand this one.
Yeah, yes, please.
So your callback cannot be greater than your take profit. That's the first step. But if I want to stay in a trade long, I can say when the market rises by 10% and falls down by 5%. You know what this means? It is not easy for the robot to sell such a coin because the coin can go high by 20% and comes down by 4%. The robot will not sell. So it means that by this setting, the market can go high by 50% And if this coin doesn't fall by 5%, I'll still be in profit. I can set 10% and the robot gives me 50% in profit. It's what this means. Is that clear?
Yes, please.
Okay, let me finish it up by this. You can still set a take profit of 3%. And let me say, okay, 3%. I can still set a take profit of 3% and allow, if I put here 2%, it means my profit will be 1%. That's why I don't feel like that is too much. Then I can put 1.5. So that is what this means. Now, why do I put here 3.01 and I put here 0.01? It means that I want my robot to sell faster. I don't want to take advantage, but you can always put 3% and put maybe 0.5, especially now when the market is a little bit surging. It means that if the market rises by 3% and tries to come down by 0.5, the robot will sell. So if the market goes high by 10% and doesn't come down by 3%, the robot will not sell, which means you'll still be in profit. Now that is the selling part. Now I want to emphasize the buying part. When does the robot buy? Very important. When does the robot buy? Okay, let's go to the margin configuration. In this scenario, I'm saying that if the market falls by 0.2, which means that this is not possible, okay, which means that when the market falls by 0.2, which is this one, the robot should buy 2 times of my $15. But remember, the robot doesn't buy when the market doesn't rise by the callback, which is this one. So that example means that if the market drops by 0.2, let the robot buy by 0.5, which is impossible because the drop, this drop cannot be lower than the buy-in callback. That's why when you try to save, the robot will not allow. You see, it will tell you the buying callback cannot be higher than the drop. So what I could do in that scenario, I would put maybe 0.01, which means the market drops by 0.2. If it tries to go high by 0.01, the robot will buy. Have you understood that now? Is it okay?
Yes, it is.
All right. If it's okay, you are in the chat, it's okay. Give me a 2. Give me a 2. Give me a 2. Give me a 2. No, I'm no longer explaining the grid bot because people ask me about the grid bot. I no longer explain the grid bot because we have a strategy that works. We don't need to be everywhere, right? We don't need to be everywhere. If you are interested in the grid bot, just go to our YouTube channel and find the grid bot video training, right? We have a strategy that works. There's no reason of me going to the grid bot. So if you are interested in the grid bot, go to that video we did and learn about the grid bot yourself, all right? So I don't teach the grid bot because we have a strategy that works. You know, when it comes to results, you don't need to be everywhere, all right? You need to have something that works, stick to it, and that's how you win. You cannot be everywhere, all right? Now, if I set 4 margin calls and the market continues going down and I want to open more margin calls, this is what I will say. This is what I will say. I'll ask myself, how much capital do I have? Then let me say, I have $100 remaining in my exchanger. And I want to open more margin calls. And I want the robot to go and always put in only $15. Only $15. Why? Because I don't have much. What I will do, I'll just go to my calculator. I'll just go to my calculator and I say 100 divided by 15. Okay, 6 margin calls are possible. So I'll say, edit this, and then I put 10 margin calls. Now, from call number 5, from call number 5 to call 999, each call is independent, meaning that each call can be bought and be sold independently. Now, after finding out how many margin calls needed, I'll say, what is the price of this coin? For example, the price of Ethereum is this one. Then I will say, how much drop can I create on Ethereum? Right? So this is the price of Ethereum. So how much drop from my current price is okay with me when it drops? Let me block these messages, guys. All right. So from the price of Ethereum, how much drop am I okay? Then I say minus 20%. It means that my 6 margin calls are going to be 20%. They will help me until Ethereum gets to $1,680. Who has understood that? Give me a 1 if you have understood that, or else I come again. Give me a 1 if you have understood that, or else I come again. Okay, let me repeat. Let me repeat. My robot has already bought 4 margin calls. I want to open more margin calls. The first step I said is that I have $200. I don't want to invest much. I want to make sure that whenever the robot gets into the market, it puts in $15. I'll just say $200 divided by 15. Then it means that I can open a maximum of more 13 margin calls. So 13 plus the 4 that were bought, which is 17. So I'll come here where there is 10 and I'll put 17. If you have understood that first, give me a 2. If you have understood how we arrive on that first, give me a 2. Give me a 2 in the chat. If you have understood that, give me a 2. How we arrive on that first, give me a 2. All right, beautiful. Okay, that's the first step. I don't have too much money. I want to keep to that. Okay. If I have more, then I will show you a different strategy. Now, having done that, then I'll ask myself, what is the current price of Ethereum? What is the current price of Ethereum? Or what is the current price of XRP? So let me use Ethereum. So I'll come to my calculator and say, the current price of Ethereum is this price. I want from this price to go deep 20%. Or I want to go deep 15%. From the current price, I want my robot to keep on buying and selling until Ethereum goes down by 15%, meaning my robot will stop buying and selling when Ethereum gets at this price, which is 1,785. Or maybe for you, you're okay with 30%. Then it means your robot will keep buying and selling until Ethereum gets to this price. Have we understood that now? Type a yes in the chat if you have understood that. Type a yes in the chat if you have understood that. From the current price of Ethereum, how deep do you want to go? How deep because nobody is here that knows how deep Ethereum can go. Nobody is here that knows how deep Bitcoin can go. Nobody knows. But what are you okay with personally? Personally, what are you okay with? Are you okay until BTC will get to $15,000? Are you okay until BTC will get to one? That's why I want to run fast and show you a person who can trade on a cycle. On the settings that we provide for a cycle, for someone to set their robot and leave it there, this is what I do. From any coin you join, okay, from any coin you join, the settings are 84% deep. Meaning that if you join when BTC is at, let me say $30,000, because I don't know, minus 84%, this is what it will say. You will trade Bitcoin until Bitcoin gets at 4,800. For you, it is impossible, but I don't know how deep this coin can go. That's why in those settings, each coin is minimum $1,000, so that someone can automate their robot without worrying about floating loss. They will be floating, but they will be making money. Am I making sense to you guys? If I'm making sense, type for me yes in the chat. I'm about to finish. I'm about to finish. Because when it comes to setting up the robot, we don't know how deep the market can go. So what we do, we just set the robot, leave it there, and let the robot trade non-stop until it gets tired. And that's how you make money in crypto trading. Because it's not about analyzing the market, it's about just the right settings. Okay, now back to our subject. Then I have my 17 margin calls. I'm ready to go. I don't know, it was 20% deep. Now, I get these remaining margin calls. I'll buy with $15 throughout. One. Okay, one. Okay, this is okay in these others. One. It's not okay with the first four, but with these others, it's okay. I'm gonna give you the reason why. One. Okay, now there are how many? There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There are 13 margin calls. Then I say, I want to set my robot to go 20% deep. 20% deep. But how many times? 13 times. 13 times. So 20 divided by 13 is 1.54. So I'll just come here and I put here. Whenever the market drops by 1.54, 1.54, so which is 1.54 times 13 times, it takes me back to my percentage of 20%. So it means that from my fifth call, whenever the market will drop by 1.54, the robot will put in $15. 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 Up to that price that I said that I'm okay with. 1.54. 1.54. 1.54. 1.54. 1.54. Now, from margin call number 5 to margin call 17, each call is independent. It means that the robot can buy margin call, number 5 and sell margin call number 5 alone. Am I making some sense, guys, to you? The robot can buy call number 6, and when the market rises, it sells call number 6 alone. Have you understood that before we finish up? Before we finish up, if you have understood that, give me a yes again. Give me a yes in the chat. Give me a yes in the chat. If you have understood that, give me a yes in the chat. I don't need to increase the order because I don't need to increase this because I don't have big money. Because now this I didn't save. Let me show you guys. I don't need to increase this because when the robot buys, it buys this call independently. It means it can sell it alone. It can sell this call alone. And here is its take profit. That's why we have this area we call distributed take profit allocation here. And it has its own take profit. You see? You see, it is 1.3. It means the robot can buy call number 5. The market rises by 1.3, it sells it. The robot can buy call number 6. When the market rises, it sells it. The robot can buy call number 7. When the market rises, it sells it alone. Each call is independent. That's the first thing I want to make sure. Have we understood that, guys? It can sell it alone, but the first 4 margin calls, the robot sells them in a group. The first 4 margin calls, the robot sells them in a group. It sells the first 4 in a group. That's why dollar cost averaging is so much important in the first 4 margin calls. Because this is what happens when the robot buys call number 11. Let me say it buys call number 7. And the market rises, it's going to sell call number 7 alone. Unless, I'll show you that later. It sells this alone. Each call is independent. That's why we have this area we call distributed take profit allocation and supposition take profit callback. The callback I'm talking about is like this one we had here. So you can always put it here. Now, when I save this and I trade it on one shot, what will happen is when call number 7 rises, the robot will sell it. The robot will come, if the market is rising, it will come selling these ones. It sells this one, sells, each one independent. Sell, each independent. When it reaches call number 4, it sells all of the 4 at once. When you use dollar cost averaging on these different calls, what only happens is that you are buying that coin, moving the average price closer to the current price, but when the robot sells call number 5, you return back to your normal average price. When call sells call number 6, you return back because this call has been sold off. I don't know if you are understanding. What it only helps you is that since you are buying more, you are receiving more profit. That's the only advantage you get. Since you are buying with more money, you are receiving more profit. Yes, although they are independent, they will move the average price closer to the current price. But when the call is sold, you return back to your original average price. You return back to your original. So the only benefit when you increase these sales, these buys, these ones, let me just share as I come to the end. When you increase these ones here, you are buying with more money. You see why the Royalq was keeping it constant? You are buying with more money, which means you are getting more profit. That's all. But the average price, once it is sold, you return back to the original one. That's why you see Royalq is making them the same. It's also making them the same. Now, lastly, I'll pick a trade. We have already done videos about picking a coin, which I'm not doing now. When you trade with the 4 margin calls, before you tap start, come and change your margin call drop either to these to one, to the sub-bin mode real-time settlement. When you put your coin in the sub-bin mode real-time settlement, whenever the robot will sell, it will always return your profit and your capital that it bought in that single trade and charge you fuel fee on every trade it does. But when you put your strategy in the sub-bin mode, the robot will return your profit. No, the robot will not return your profit, it will return your capital without your profit, but it will not charge you fuel fee. So the capital will return, but it will not charge you fuel fee. Now, what does the two help? This one is in real time. It will always return your profit, your capital, and charge you fuel fee. This one, it will use the profit to move the average price closer to the current price. But I want to make this clear. This only benefits people with good capital. If you want to prove me right, when you put in the sub-bin mode, this one, the sub-bin mode, and your capital is $15, the robot has been putting in only $15, $15. The profit is very little that it will look like it's not affecting the average price moving closer to the current price. It works best if someone has big money that whenever they buy, the profit they make has power to move the average price closer to the current price. Is that understood? Is that understood also? Let me get a yes in the chat. That is understood. But if you are trading with $15, you are buying with 15, 20, and you are taking 1.3% of that money, the profit you make is very little that it has no effect on the average price. You are like playing in the market. So what do? Keep in the sub-bin mode real-time settlement so that you keep on getting your profit 0.2, 0.5, 0.1. Keep on compounding them and getting your returns back. Lastly, now, make sure when you set more than 4 margin calls, you don't leave your trade in the whole warehouse mode, because this means that the robot will wait until the market rises to sell everything it has bought at once. So always switch to the sub-bin mode real-time settlement. But if someone you're working with has big capital, they can go in for the sub-bin mode. All right. Now, lastly, how to trade on a cycle. How to trade on a cycle and get your trades winning all the time. How to trade on a cycle and get your trades winning all the time. One, these are important. Okay, this strategy is one of my best strategies right? I don't run any copy trader personally. The reason is simple. I don't need a copy trader because the copy trader just provides settings. They have nothing else they do, all right? They just provide settings for trading. So, if someone is given a signal, and you have like $2,000, if someone is given a signal and you have like $2,000, and you want to be trading one coin at a time, okay? One coin at a time. I want to show you a friend of mine. Let me show you. This guy, I love his trading strategy. He doesn't gamble. He makes his life simple. Let me see. And actually, I talked to him. I haven't checked him, but he makes his trading simple. I love his trading strategy. We send him a lot of coins. Doesn't trade all of them. He trades one at a time. And I want you to see, guys. Okay. He goes big, all right? Doesn't matter, he goes big. But you see, this is the amount of money in his trade, and this is the estimated profit now as we speak. This was by yesterday. And I told him, let me see. Just a little bit. Let me see. Just a little bit, guys. I told him not to sell. What is happening? Told these guys that I'm interested. Okay, I told him not to sell until Solana gets to $26. But let me see. Okay, we shall slowly get there. Okay, but he's very patient with his trades, very, very patient. So if that is your style of trading, and you'll have to be patient, it doesn't matter how long you stay in a trade, but at the end of the day, it is to win your trade. You want to get in with at least $2,000 for one coin on a one shot. So this is what you do. This can apply to a cycle and a one shot. Make sure if you are going for one shot, you at least have a minimum of $1,000 per coin. That's a minimum. You have your $1,000 per coin. 2, you must be patient. All right. You may not trade so many times, but you may find that in a week you could trade 2 coins. In a week you could trade 2 coins. Or in 2 weeks you could trade 2 coins. Right. At maximum in a month you could trade around 4 coins, not so many. But the return will be each coin you trade could give you results depending on what you want. It could give you between $1,000 to $500 or minimum $200 per trade. Okay, so it means that if you win, if all goes well and you win 4 coins, and each coin gives you around $500 minimum, this could give you another this is $22,000, which means if you have $1,000, this could give you a return of $2,000 in a month, which could tot up your capital to $3,500 with a profit of $2,000 per month. I know this looks absurd, but me, I don't speak things from air. I have a trade I'm running, and we profit in $1,000 per coin. Yeah, we profit with $1,000 per coin. That's our profit. I think I need to get that screenshot on the group. We use $1,000. There's nothing like this business on this earth. Nothing resembles this business on this earth. Nothing. Nothing. People ask me, why do I stay home? Why do I need to wake up and go to work? I don't need. I just need to stay in my house, have my capital, and make cool money. There's no reason why I need to wake up. There's no reason why I need to go and open a local shop. I don't need. That's why people call me all their names, but I don't care. It's none of my business. All right, so let's look at this. Let's look at this. Let's look at this, guys. Let's look at this again. Let's look at this very keenly. Because if you can have $1,500 in a month and profit $2,000 in a profit, you are in business, right? You are in business. If you can have a capital of $1,500 and you make $2,000 in profit, you are in business. No business that doesn't have extra costs can do this in my country. I don't know whether some of you do gambling, but in my country, no business can do this. I want to give you facts, right? So what do you need to do? 1, patience. 2, let's go to the strategy. It is the best. It rocks up. It rolls up. This strategy is phenomenal. It is one of the best all over the world. It rocks up, it shatters, and makes making money simple. Simple. Make your margin calls 100. Make your margin calls 100. Simple. Keep your take profit 1.3%. You're buying callback, keep it 0.01. Now, come here on the margin called up. You can make 2 decisions, because let me add for you guys. This call, from call number 1 to call 90, it is 0.5. Let me add for you as I finish up. It is 0.5 times 90 times, which is 45%. I want to give an understanding. Call number 9192, it is 22%. So plus 2 plus 2, which is 47. Let's go 47 plus 2, which is 49. Then call number 9394, it's 3%, which is 6%. So 49 plus 6, which is 55. Now call number 95 and 96 is 44, which is 8. This plus 8, which is 63. Then the last 4 calls are 5%, which is 20. Now 63 plus 20, which is 83%. Now, if I am given a signal, for example, let me show you. There's some. Let me clear this, guys. Sorry. Let me clear this. All right. Now let me give you an example of a signal. Okay, let me use this one for now. GST. Their drop is 5%. And the take profit is 3%. Now, what do I do? Let us look at the current price of JST. Let us look at the current price of JST. So I come here, I look for JST. There we go. And wow, it's a very sweet trade. Very sweet trade. Very sweet trade. Very sweet one. Okay, where is the preset price? 0.028. It's even good because it's lower than the preset, which is very fine. Okay, Now, when I create, before I create, I want you to look at this current price. From the current price, 0.02798. Okay, let's go to the calculator. I just want to put some little mathematics. 0.0279, 0.02798. I'm gonna trade this coin until I go 83% deep. Guys, I'll trade this coin until it drops from here to here. This is a huge drop. A huge drop, next to impossible. So I'm confident. I'm confident. So what I will do is that according to these settings, the 100 margin call settings, what will happen is that when this coin drops by this price, the robot will double. It will be buying faster the first 4 margin calls. Then $500, close to 500, okay, 465 will be invested in the first 4 calls. Then what's going to happen? The robot will come down here and buy one time, whenever it keeps on dropping, one time. Now, when the market starts rising, the robot will start selling these sub cells at a very faster speed. Sell. It will be giving you little profits, 0.2, 0.5, 0.6, 0. It's up to you. If you, like for such a trade, if you have $2,000, you can even raise this to $30, this one. You could even raise this to $30. So it will keep on buying with $30 one time. If it buys all the 100 calls, which is not easy, it's around to $3,000. But it can't. So 1,500 is a little bit safe, but you keep it $15 to avoid uncertainty. You keep it $15 to avoid uncertainty unless you are very aggressive. And so the robot will be buying and selling. And when it reaches on these ones, it will sell all of them at once and give you a huge profit. What you can do, you can set this according to the drop. Maybe the drop was 5%. It's up to you. You can say 1.5, then you can say 2.5. Then the robot might delay to buy these two, but if you put 0.5, the robot will buy them faster and keep on buying and selling down there as the market is coming up, and you can be able to win. So you can either use the one shot if you are interested to trade once, get out of a coin and pick another one, or you can put this strategy on a cycle and trade coins forever. If you have the power to at least trade all the 72 coins in Binance, with this strategy, I want to promise you every single day, you'll never sleep with less than $100 without you doing anything. You will never sleep. If you can afford the 72 coins by $1,500, you can never sleep without $100 a day. If you have power, you increase your first buying amount at around $50 per coin, first buying amount, which means your capital is huge. Yes, huge, very huge. You close to have $500,000 for year one. I promise you, you'll never sleep with less than $1,000 a day without doing anything. No analyzing the market. You stake your robot, go and sleep. Okay? If you can afford like $500,000 and you put in your Binance account, set your robot, you'll never sleep without $1,000 a day. Whether you like the money or you don't like the money. Now, people don't have capital cursing. I'm not the one who made you broke. Me, I'm here to teach you how the robot works.
Thank you for teaching us. We are not cursing, Sebo. We are learning.
Hey, some people are here saying, but you man, hey, me, I'm not the problem. Okay. Please kindly share the order of the percentage drop. I said from, let me just drop it here. Okay, let me just drop it here. 0.5 one time from call number 1 to call 90. Then call 91 to 92. The drop is 2%. The rest is just one time. Then call 93 to call 94. The drop is 3%. Call 95 to call 96. The drop is 4%. Call 97 to call 100. The drop is 5%. The rest is 1-1. What of a poor man like me who has $710 as my trading capital? You go and use the double up method of the signals. Use the double up method of the signals. You can increase your first buying amount to around between 25 to $22 as your first buying amount, and use the double up. Trade one coin at a time. Be patient. That's all. Hey, money, you discover that the problem is capital. Any coin to do this, any 3 coins you can do this, yes. If I can have for you coins, you can do that on a cycle. If you are interested, best coins, okay? I think I have my favorite ones. Okay, let me share. All right. Ethereum is my favorite coin because of one, Ethereum has produced its roadmap. Okay, Ethereum has produced its roadmap, and its roadmap. Okay, I will not go into it, but I think I'll share the video on the group. Ethereum has produced its new roadmap, so I would recommend Ethereum is a good coin on a cycle. Okay, which other coin on a cycle? Okay, XRP could be a good coin on a cycle because it's so much in news. Then, okay, another coin. Okay, now here I will get puzzled because I have so many favorite coins. Okay, another coin you could try your favor could be, okay, when it comes to projects, another coin that is good is Gala is a good coin. Gala is a good coin. Atom is a good coin. There's another coin called what? Matic is a good coin. Matic is a good coin. Another coin is what? I'm forgetting. Yeah, Solana looks to be a good coin. Yeah, BNB could be good, but BNB is so stable, right? It's so stable. It's like a stable currency. Its movement is, but Ethereum could be able to give you. There is another coin I want you guys to look at. Is this one? Pay close attention because this coin is having August this year. Take note of that coin. This coin is like BTC. It is proof of work. It's having in August this year. So it could be a good coin because of that the cycle. But all in all, someone who trades more of many coins has the better chances. Ethereum, XRP, and Matic, good coins. Please explain. Please explain the other settings. Which option on cycle? Okay, when you put on cycle, keep your strategy mode in the sub-bin mode, your time settlement. Put in the sub-bin mode, your time settlement. If I have $5,000 USDT, what strategy will be best for me? Okay, one shot. Use the signals, one shot. Put 100 margin calls. If you want to put it on a cycle, it's up to you. It's fine. You can use the signals. You trade 2 to 3 coins. They win, you enter others. Use signals. 2 to 3 coins. They win, you enter another one. 2 to 3 coins. They win, you enter another one. Yes. This meeting is recorded on the YouTube channel. Thank you so much, everybody. Too much of anything is always bad. I wish a nice day. We catch up on the different chats in the group. I'm everywhere. I'm the most accessible in Royalq. So if you are in the Telegram group, you are in the WhatsApp channel, I'm just an inbox away. I can answer. Inboxing me is free of charge. If someone requests you money, then he is a liar. That is not me, right? If someone tells you need to pay, that is not me, right? Is a liar. I don't request any single dime for someone to ask me a question. It is free of charge. I don't matter who brought you in Royalq. It's none of my business, right? It's none of my business. I will not look for you, but if you look for me, I'll always be available. I wish you all the best. God bless you, and I will keep working hard. If someone is asking, is Royalq still paying? This is why I teach Royalq. Let me show you guys. Someone is asking me privately. Yes, sure. This is why I teach Royalq. I teach Royalq because whenever people profit, I get profited. I get profitable, right? I get profitable. All right. Okay. See you, Vitus, and